Hello there, cutie pies. Do you know a coin called Bitcoin? Do you remember the year 2022, friends? Last year, in November of 2022, there was an enormous explosion. The FTX exchange exploded, all right? It went liquidated, insolvent, Ponzi, capitulated, okay? And what was happening is we were sinking all year. So let's roll me through. I'm going to roll you through this just to give you an idea of what was happening, okay? So we're sinking and sinking and sinking and sinking and sinking, bang, and sinking. Capitulation, bang, bang, bang. All the bangs started happening all at once. You see this? I'm going to put just a bomb sign here. It literally was like bombs and the dynamite sign, friends. This is what was going on, okay? All the noise started picking up down here, all right? I went on social media, on the Tweety McTweets, and I was telling everybody, hello, my name is Sami. I'm your friend. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. I appreciate every single one of you. And I was telling everybody, I said, I know you all think we're going to zero. And I know what you see. You're not stupid. What you see is true. The bad news is accelerating. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and it just accelerated. But I would like you to know something. Markets move in oscillations. And the bottoms and tops are marked by fast-paced, aggressive moves. That's what the bottoms and the tops look like. The crowd, the consensus gets trapped. Why? Because when they start seeing the bombs, they think it's only starting to move now. So what happens is the weak hands start hitting market. This is what a capitulation is. A capitulation is an exit. It's a vomit. You know, if you're sick, your body just says, I want to vomit everything out. And they go, bleh. Let's do a vomit emoji, friends. There is a vomit emoji here just to show you an idea. That's what I always say. It is a vomit, friends. It's a bleh. When you vomit out, it's not nice and slow. It's just get everything out. This is market participants hitting market. They don't leave limit orders, all right? They don't go leave their resting offers and say, oh, maybe someone will hit me out in like a day or a week or 2 weeks. They don't do that. They say, whatever's on the bid, this big one is the offer. This one is the bid. They say, whatever's on the bid, I'm going to hit it down. Just get me out at market. Whack, 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 whack. And that's why everything goes bleh. Traditionally, based off human instinct, we think the ball is finally starting to move. But no, because these markets move in oscillations, it's actually the end, the bang. You know, during the very tops, it's the same thing too. So I'm not like inventing this out of my poopy hole. I'm just telling you, yes, at the very tops, you saw an explosion of good news. You saw Uncle Peter Schiff, he capitulated. You saw Coinbase IPO. You saw Jim Cramer calling for 300K Bitcoin. You saw Goldman Sachs, the insider globalists, calling for 180K, 200K. You saw Dogecoin mania. All of these were an acceleration of good news. Those good news and euphoria-inducing pumps, they were not present in September 2020 or even near the highs Bitcoin in November 2020 or December. It all came at the top. It was like good news, good news, good news, good news, good news, like bang, bang, bang. But why aren't we paying attention? It's because of the drugs. It's because of the endorphins in our minds, in our brains. That's why. Yes, your body produces these chemicals, friends. We're getting the serotonin is going. We're getting the dopamine, the oxytocin. That's why you don't want to listen. That's why when there's actually a first crash, they call it complacency, right? Why complacency? Because from the Wall Street cheat sheet, complacency is when the price has gone opposite to your emotions, right? But you are not paying attention, okay? So normally, this is the complacency, remember? Complacency is we've crashed and then we come back up. Complacency is telling you that, hey, in normal circumstances, when you are rational-minded, when the price goes down, you start panicking. Yet for some reason, on this price crash, you're still happy. All the retailers are happy to buy the dip because they are still high off the drugs from all the running up. Now, if you reverse this, it's the same way on the way down. We go all the way down, and then to get to depression, it is so bad you've lost complete hope. Now, this is why it's interesting, friends, is as there is an acceleration of the bad news, it marks the bottom. That's what happens in markets. That's why it's so crazy to think about, whoa, how is it marking the bottom when there's no good news down here? Well, yes, that's actually what's happening. So when we're looking at, for example, the Richard Heart ecosystem, we've got Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, okay? A lot of people, they've been asking me why I'm not concerned with PulseX, and Hex. And I want to tell you right now, okay? It's because everyone is feeling the depression on the actual double bottom pattern here. You know what's interesting? I looked at this pattern. So we went down and we did this. See this little poke up? We went up to here. I knew from this point, like, friends, no markets do this. They don't go down and then just up. They just don't do this. They go down, and then there's this little double bottom, like this little period of like, we got to weed out more weak people. I don't know why markets do this. It's maybe like a fractal. It's maybe some sort of energy, some sort of Newton's law. Who knows what it is? It just goes bang, comes back, and it's got to like grind out the weekends. And this is what happens. What I noticed is on the first vomit, that was the SEC attack. The SEC got the clowns, honk, honk, the clown noses, the painted faces, the giant shoes, right? The clowning around. That was the big move. But now depression is kicked in. What I've noticed is on this double bottom, everyone's like, oh, I'm so depressed. But they're thinking wrong. You're thinking that, okay, this is the start of all the bad things to come. But no, this is actually the horror movie has already shown you the ghost. You know, she's got no eyes. She's like croaking around. She's walking backwards. We've already seen that. You already saw that with the SEC attack. Just like how I showed you with FTX, we were praying, friends. I remember when we were praying. I remember during the anger phase, I was praying that, I hope there's not a big exchange insolvent. We were actually in denial. I remember we were like hoping, oh my God, I hope nobody goes down and they send Bitcoin further. We're such in a weakened state. And guess what? The fear happened, right? The fear, the monster came out. It was FTX. We went down. You see how it finally happened? Now, you have the benefit of hindsight of looking onto the top right. You're like, oh, we went up. Okay, but I'm here reliving it here with you. I'm reliving it here for you to tell you, okay, that this is a mysterious phenomenon. So everyone's feeling depression. And I'm telling you, the chart is just painting a pattern that you see in every single market. It's just that finally everyone's like, oh, depression, we've been hit down. This is nothing. It's almost like a cleansing has been done. The big bad monster's out. Like, yes, things can always get worse, friends. Of course, things can always get worse. But on the balance of probabilities, just like how I can tell you things can always get better, you got to remember, like, let's be perfectly rational here. I'm using Bitcoin here just to show you. At the very tops of Bitcoin, why didn't anybody exit? It's because El Salvador was the only country using Bitcoin, right? And Coinbase only did an IPO. Now, everybody was saying, I remember, because I was saying this too, I go, well, El Salvador's in, there's still like 30 other countries that should adopt it. So I'm basically telling you, no matter how good the news is, it can still keep getting better, right? Also, Coinbase did an IPO. You know who didn't do the IPO yet to get listed on the stock market? Gemini, Kraken, or the other Bitcoin mining companies. Do you see all that? They never came out and did it. We were all waiting for them. There was also rumors of Binance. Yes, there was rumors that Binance US would get listed on the stock market. They never came. It was just one. You see this? It was just Coinbase IPO. Just Coinbase IPO, friends, a tippy top. That's crazy because you have this long list of other things that never happened. Cross. You had Gemini IPO never came. Kraken IPO never came. All these Bitcoin miners, all these other... By the way, Ripple was going to list itself. I'm not joking. Ripple, friends. Yes, the actual cripple. They were going to list themselves on the stock market. Didn't happen. So I understand this game can be hard because if you have this list of all these good things that can happen, look how hard it was to sell the top on Bitcoin. Only one good thing happened, and you still have like 20 good things that never happened. So that's why it's really tough. That's why you can't look at all the good things that can happen and make a measurement of that. What we have to do is look at everybody's panties. Are everybody's panties touching the floor? Are they going around playing with their genitals, doing handstands in the pool, got glitter on their face, doing a lot of weird stuff with a lot of weird objects? If you're seeing that, that's a sign of euphoria. It's not usually a sign that, 30,000 better things are going to come. Now, why I've shown this to you is it's literally the polar opposite of what I just said to you. Yes, you know how FTX went down, friends? Of course. You know, if we were a permanent doomer, look at this long bar, okay? FTX went down. Okay, so let's do a tick here. So FTX went down. Look at all the other exchange and bad things that could have happened. Binance goes down. GBTC has to liquidate 140,000 Bitcoin. Capital punishment to ban Bitcoin. SEC declares Bitcoin as security. Michael Saylor gets liquidated. Do you see all these crosses? All of these could have happened. Every single one. And I'm not kidding. You were here. We were all here. All these bad news files. But guess what? Only one happened. And it started to accelerate. And then it was the end. So the way I see it, I know you have to use your imagination, okay? The way I see it is, it's like a shark is swimming in the ocean, friends. This is like a weird shark swimming in the ocean. And there's all these little fish, okay? And it's a dark, okay? In the dark. And what I've noticed is the shark is going to eat one of the fish. Just one. And we don't know who it's going to be, okay? We don't know which one of these schools of fish is going to get eaten. But eventually, he eats one. And then we all think that the shark is now on a frenzy and going to eat all of us. But actually, the shark, being the market, is now full. And because I love and respect you so much, I actually found the cute little picture to show you exactly what it is. This is it. See this cute little shark? This big shark with a big fat belly? This is exactly what's going on with markets. The market is hungry. That's why, friends, I use these metaphors. I really do mean it. The market's hungry and it wants blood. It wants blood. But also, at the very top, it's the same thing. It's just a different metaphor, but it's the same thing. The market wants blood. It wants a victim. You know, when I want blood, friends, this actually is at the top. So this is the thing. The market wants somebody to buy the top. When it has its target, it's time to go the other way. That means all the buyers have run out, the bulk of the buyers. So the top in 2021 that the market wanted, the top buyer was FTX and Celsius using customer funds to buy the Ponzi, Bitcoin at the top. Also, Coinbase. The market wanted Coinbase. That's who it was after. Now, you don't know who the market has its eyes on. Remember, there's all these fish out there. You don't know who it is. So, yes, Coinbase was the fish that got bitten. IPO, right at the top, down only. Same as Celsius and FTX, okay? That's why in the bear market, the shark, it wanted one soul. It wanted one person to eat, and it was FTX. But that was the end. So most people think, oh, the shark's going to kill everybody. No, now the shark is full. It's got a full belly, right? It's very interesting when you think about it like this, because this is actually how we seem to move with markets. Now, that's why you got to have like this weird X-factor type of third eye approach to these. But this is what happens, friends. So when we are looking at the context of this FTX, right, in the bear market for Bitcoin, I am just applying this same principle to Richard Hart, PulseX, and Hex as well. So no one can believe that it's possible. I don't know what happens, friends. We can go to zero tomorrow, but no one wants to believe this. It's possible that this shark, he's already full now. Richard Hart was a main character of the previous bull market. He became a main character. It wanted everybody gone. Every single main character from the previous bull market is done. Do you want to see all these main characters, friends, that are gone? This is it, okay? Remember, I made this in April of this year, right? This was before the SEC came for Richard Hart. So look at this. Soy Bankman-Fried, gone. Do Kwon, gone. His Excellency Justin Sun, also gone. His Excellency tag has been removed, okay? Barry Shilbert, gone. Alex Mashinsky, gone to jail. Suzu and Kyle Davies, also gone. Trying to relaunch and stuff, but their billions are gone. Avi was the guy who hacked the chain and said, no, I was using the chain as correct. I was using it correctly. No, you admitted to fraud. Okay, Zura X Sifu, gone. Andre Ruggier, gone. Danielle Siesta, right? Gone as well. See all these main characters? Gone. Also, Richard Hart is gone, friends. The SEC, that's it. Took him. They basically said, hey, you can't go around showing your willy anymore. So, yeah, it's true. They got every main character, friends. That's why I guess, for the market to go up, it needed to claim every single main character. By the way, there are also Twitter main characters from the community who got done as well. Every single person got claimed. I will never, ever let myself become a main character. I've already got plans. I already know what I'm going to do when that happens, okay? So I'm gonna reverse psychology the market. You never want to be a main character. That means you are peaking. And if you're at the peak, you can only go one place from there, down. Also have interesting comments from the crowd, friends. So Mr. Hex Holmes has said, hands up if you think this is still on easy mode. Look, I love the confidence and I love, yes, the bravery. But I just like you to know, just remember, okay, you're looking at misery and pain. Okay, there's nowhere else to say this. I don't care. You're looking at people who put their money somewhere 2 years ago. And now in PulseX, it's down 90% after 2 years. You didn't avoid the bear market. The bear market came harder and harder for you. You didn't avoid anything, okay? You got, and what's actually worse is not only did you not get the bear market, you copped it, your bull market's now delayed because it seems like we're still dropping while everything else is ready to rise. All right. Now, I'm not concerned about this because weird things can happen and you can toggle and move around. We don't know how high the recovery will be and all these things, but you can't look at this and say, well, they had it easier before. No, we can't buy that, man, because by day 120, Hex was up 100x from the low. All right. Now, I'll bet my ass in the next 30 days, we are not 100x from this low in PulseX, Pulse, and Hex, right? We aren't. That's why I'm just telling you. And, also have questions. So Mr. Crypto Cav asking as well, how much lower do you think the Hex that the chart shows we can go? Look, we're just guessing. That's why I put these on a monthly chart, man. These are, well, you're playing with wicks here. Like, I promise you, you can't predict which toilet paper hand whale is going to wake up tomorrow, scratch his balls, realize he's got sultanas, and just click market sell. You can never, ever predict that. It's so easy to do it. There's 200 whales, just one person. Friends, you know how hard it is to predict that? You don't know. It's a useless game to do that. But what I do know is what I've shown you with this, okay? Remember the hungry shark? The shark is empty stomach. It wants to get full. So once it gobbles someone, it gobbles its final victim. That's it. It's done. All right. But everybody's scared. Okay. That's why what I think we've seen, I think that big belly shark has gobbled the final victim. That's what I think. I think, well, you know what? I thought it had done it before, but now I'm like, all right, now everybody's literally capitulated depression. Right. So, if this is too much for you, just sell. Just sell, right? I've noticed there's been an enormous pickup in the increase of abusive messages to me. So people swearing, spitting, people threatening stuff, personal stuff, a lot of violence thrown my way. And I'm actually looking back and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm just making videos to share information with everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Then I realized, friends, okay, people need like this psychological therapy, right? Because they're watching these red candles go red, red, red. You know what I mean? And they're looking at themselves and then they see videos and pictures and they're like, oh, remember how I got duped? That's what they're thinking, all right? But the interesting part is how quick everybody will come running back if you just made this chart go up. You just got to think about that, man. There is no good news at the bottom, friends. There is no good news, okay? I have a friend who has said to me, hey, I want to buy more, but there's no good news. Okay, I'm saying, firstly, don't listen to me. You can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you to buy anything or touch anything. If you don't like it, sell. I just want to inform you. There was no good news at the bottom of the FTX collapse for Bitcoin at all. Not one good news. Not one. The only good news you had was your friend here, your boy Sammy, saying, you know what? I don't think we're dead. I think we are going to rise again in the future. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me when. I just think we are. If that sounds like stupid blind faith, then I guess I'm just a peanut brain after all. Thank you very much, friends. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Tell mum and dad we're still going to make them. And yes, the phoenix will rise from the ashes. Catch you in the next one.